Imagine she brushes your arm, soft, almost accidental, then pulls back, looking away. In that instant, her hand spoke volumes, then retreated into silence. You're left wondering, what just happened? Welcome to that powerful moment when she touches you, then ignores you. And in today's deep dive, you'll discover exactly what's happening inside her brain during that electrifying half-second. If you want to master attraction and decode these silent signals, hit that subscribe button now. You won't want to miss what's coming next. It happened at a mutual friend's backyard get-together. The sun was fading, string lights flickering above. You're mid-laughing at her joke when suddenly her fingers graze your forearm. It's warm, fleeting, but something shifts. She smiles, then steps back, shifting her attention elsewhere. You feel drawn in, then discarded. That fleeting brush triggers more than butterflies. It sets off a cascade in her brain. Let me walk you through what's really happening, the science, the wiring, the emotional dance. When she touches you, see tactile nerve fibers in her skin send gentle signals to her brain, specifically to areas like the insula and somatosensory cortex, making the act feel inherently pleasant. In parallel, that touch can trigger oxytocin release, the bonding hormone, especially in intimate or caring contexts. This creates a surge of warmth, trust, and emotional connection, all before she even processes it consciously. That one moment becomes neurologically significant. Her brain associates you with comfort and closeness, sometimes even subconsciously. But here's the twist. Oxytocin doesn't always mean long-term attachment. It's a primer, not a promise. The context, her current emotional state, and prior attachment patterns all shape what happens next. Then comes the pullback. Why? This is classic push-pull psychology, a back-and-forth dynamic often driven by deep psychological needs. Intermittent reinforcement, giving affection then withholding it, keeps attraction sharp, addictive even, like gambling for emotional payoff. That uncertainty, that limerence of what will he do next, spikes dopamine, keeping her emotionally hooked. Limerence is often mistaken for love, but it's actually more about obsession and fantasy. When she touches you and then ignores you, her brain may be oscillating between craving closeness and needing space to process what she's feeling. You become an emotional puzzle she can't stop thinking about. And this is where many relationships start taking shape. In the curiosity, in the tension, in the pull that refuses to settle. Deep in her brain, the limbic system, particularly the amygdala, manages emotional detection. That sudden touch acts like a social stimulus. If it's perceived as safe and pleasant, it soothes the amygdala and promotes oxytocin flow. But if it feels too intense or unexpected, her amygdala may trigger a mild freeze or retreat response, pulling her away. Then her prefrontal cortex jumps in, rationalizing, "Give him space, don't seem too eager." This is key. She's not ignoring you to play games. Her brain is running a security scan, an emotional cost-benefit analysis, asking, is this safe? Am I vulnerable? Every previous experience she's ever had with trust, closeness, or heartbreak starts lighting up her neural network. Her brain is literally mapping your intentions, assessing threat, testing safety. And here's where things get even more layered. The timing of her reaction may have nothing to do with you. It may be linked to something from earlier that day, a memory, a doubt, a sudden fear she didn't even realize she was carrying. Her mind pulls away before she can even articulate why. Many people with an avoidant or fearful avoidant attachment style crave closeness but fear being overwhelmed. They may instinctively step back when emotions deepen. That brush of connection, a signal your presence matters. But for those who worry about losing themselves or getting hurt, that withdrawal is subconscious emotional self-protection. It's the brain's paradox. I want this closeness, but I don't know if I can survive it. She might not even be fully aware of her behavior. In her mind, stepping back might feel like a form of regaining control or independence, a way to ensure she doesn't fall too fast or too deep. But from your end, it feels like she's hot one moment, cold the next. Confusing, right? That's what attachment anxiety does. It creates emotional whiplash. Here's another angle. Sometimes the touch-ignore pattern is less about fear and more about testing social dynamics. Human brains are wired for status, especially in the early phases of attraction. When she touches you, she's showing warmth. When she ignores you afterward, she may be testing your emotional strength. Will he chase me? Will he stay grounded? Will he become needy? This isn't necessarily manipulative. It's instinctual. Women, especially confident ones, may use these subtle cues to filter emotionally secure men from emotionally dependent ones. It's not the game, it's the scan, and your reaction becomes part of the answer. If you lean in with neediness, she may interpret that as emotional instability. If you stay calm and composed, her brain registers that as strength. Your response to her distance becomes part of your attraction profile. So that fleeting touch and the sudden space is a brain dance. Pleasure, bonding hormones, emotional fear, cognitive control, and attachment defense all playing out in seconds. Understanding this dynamic gives you clarity. Now you know she's not rejecting you. She's responding with her comfort alarm, desire reaction, and emotional wiring, all at once. And most importantly, you now have the power to respond with awareness instead of reacting with confusion. You can stay grounded, invite connection without pressure, mirror her energy with confidence. That's where true attraction grows, not in the chase, but in the calm understanding of what's really happening between the lines. Did this change how you see that touch then ignore moment? Let me know in the comments. Have you ever experienced this push-pull with someone? And don't forget, subscribe for more deep dives into psychology, attraction, and decoding human connection. Next up, decoding her eyes and the signals hidden in gazes and micro-expressions. You're not just learning body language. You're learning the language of emotion,